Hello, my name's Thomas Smallwood. I'm the CEO of bizee Virtual Assistants, and I'm doing a video. And the reason I'm doing a video is because I was talking with a friend of mine, entrepreneur and business owner, just a couple of days ago, and we were talking about New Year's resolutions, and one of his resolutions was to do more videos, by which I think he meant more than 0 videos. And it kind of got me thinking, really, two things. One, why am I not doing it? I do like to do videos, but I tend to do them for my own sort of personal blog, just about my little trips outdoors, and nobody really watches them, but it amuses me to do it. And it got me thinking then, what are the sort of New Year's resolutions that small businesses would put down on their list, small business owners, entrepreneurs and such like. So I did a quick Google, very unscientific, asked a few clients as well. And the results were a little bit surprising, and a little bit kind of maybe what you'd expect. Obviously sales, people are going to put down and want to increase their sales. Managing cash flow as well was something I spotted in there. I don't know if it means doing it better or just even beginning to care about it. But yeah, well, I'll just jump in straight to some of them. I did it with a bunch of different sites: All Business, The Balance, Small Business, Business Apps, Outbound Engine, One CRM, Business News Daily. Not really sites that I've used or heard that much of, but they were basically the top kind of results on Google. So as I say, it's not tremendously kind of scientific, but they had been written, and there were opinions of business owners and such like. So if we kick off with the first, and the first one I got on my list was sort of surprising, and it's around delegation. Learn to delegate and delegate more. Grow my team and delegate more. Consider delegation. Learn to delegate. This surprised me. I mean, I understand the importance of delegation, partly because it's the kind of job and the business that I'm in, but I didn't sort of expect people probably to voice it. I think people find it really hard to do, and particularly around small businesses. Small business owners, sorry, it can be a very, very difficult thing to do. I think it's difficult for everyone. It's not that people who run small businesses necessarily find it harder, or rather are not capable of it. I think they do find it harder, and that's because they need to let go of probably of so much more. You're kind of brought up in the small business arena, bootstrapping, doing everything yourself, and it's kind of difficult, actually. So that kind of surprised me. I think delegating is the only way really to kind of grow more, in a sense. So it was sort of surprising that, perhaps surprising that to read it like that, I think. Secondly on there was more around social media. Less surprising here, but it's promote your business on a regular basis. Social media, give your business a social presence, engage with social media, focusing on marketing and social media. And I think this speaks of a real kind of social media angst that people in business, and talking specifically about small businesses, have. They probably feel they're missing out, and they look at their competitors who are using social media across all these different channels. And again, the biggest thing here is finding the time to actually do it, and perhaps also having the knowledge, because I talk to many small business owners who talk about social media as if it were a thing, and of course what it is actually is a term which encompasses so many different kind of channels. Now, you need to obviously find out what's right for you, so it comes down to having a good strategy and an understanding of your business and your customers, or potential customers, really. But so that's not a surprise to see that. I think there's a lot of kind of a feeling of missing out, certainly around social media. Next one was about content. I don't like that term, but in a sort of more kind of general sense. So take steps to improve digital presence, produce quality blog content, produce it consistently, produce video content, produce kind of more marketing focused content. And I think alongside social media, there's probably a recognition that producing this kind of content is a good way to sort of create valuable potentially an interesting resource for people online, which is a great kind of form of marketing over time, maybe a lower cost method of acquisition, obviously, than traditional advertising. The next sort of set of resolutions that I've sort of put together are more around planning. So we've got make business planning a weekly event, plan out your day, think ahead, spend more time on revenue generating activities, get focused and productive, increase productivity. So I've put in the productivity and the planning together there because I think they're linked. I think people, when they talk about productivity, probably what they want to do is just plan out their time better so that they are more focused and more productive when they are working, perhaps divide up their time just to be that much more effective. It's January, everyone's kind of, maybe, I hope, pumped up for the new year for their business. So it's no surprise to see these kind of productivity goals and planning goals in place. Simply the act of writing down some New Year's resolutions in itself shows you that people want to plan to a degree, so it makes sense. Next one, a little bit different. This is more of a personal thing. Make more time for yourself, prioritize balance, take a vacation, learn something new, read 2 business books a month or X number a year, however you want to phrase it. Now, I'm really happy to see these kind of things in there. Because I've seen these resolutions cropping up, and I think they show a real awareness of the importance of kind of personal growth within business, and personal growth for the sake of, health. I'm passionate about balancing life and work. I mean, one of the reasons I set this business up, it sort of stemmed from the fact that I was looking for an assistant, and I was looking for an assistant really because I recognised that there were many things that I wanted to do and I couldn't really do them. And in this way I could delegate things, I could pass on things that took up time and balance my life from a work perspective, but also very much from a personal mental health perspective, in terms of, getting someone to sort of help me out with things that would then enable me to do more stuff that I enjoy outside of work, which in turn energizes me for those hours that I do put in the work. That's my own sort of personal viewpoint on this. So I'm very happy to kind of see this. Running your own business, it's one of those things, isn't it? It's difficult. It's difficult to sort of balance anything. Quite often, I think people, probably entrepreneurs to a degree, small business owners, however you want to put it, I think there's a great deal of guilt when people walk away from their work. I think there's always a feeling I could be doing more. I should still be working. I should do, and I think it's a real kind of tug of war between the personal life and the work life, for sure. So I was glad to sort of see that in, and people, there's an understanding of that. And then the last one I've got here, which is sort of grouped together again, which is more on customers really, and it's focused more on customers, focus more on overlooked segments of customers, get to know your customers, spend more time on revenue generating activities, which I'm sort of linking in there as well. This is where this is where the theme that comes across all of these resolutions is quite clear, and that's that they're all kind of based upon time, aren't they? Whether it's time for social media, for personal, for family, for customers, whatever it may be. And this kind of links back then to the delegation and the wanting to delegate, which kind of, I suppose, brings us full circle and makes it seem really actually rather sensible and obvious to a degree that delegation would be such a high sort of priority given the other resolutions here. That's it. I wrote a little blog post about this, and that's on the site as well, but I'm interested to know what you kind of see yourself doing in 2019. Small business owners, entrepreneurs, or anyone really. How would you see yourself dividing up your time, this valuable resource that seems to be ever running out? So what do you see yourself doing? Drop some comments below, and perhaps give us a follow or subscribe on YouTube. And I hope I will also be a little bit more consistent and start getting some videos out. If you like them, if you don't like them, you can tell me that too. I can take it. Thank you.